Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is the case of the Idaho. May the victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families. May the correct justice be served one day. This is a heartbreaking case. I can imagine what these 4 victims' families are going through. It's the holiday seasons. I can imagine 4 chairs are empty in 4 families' houses. Today I want to analyze the latest body cams that have come out from 1122 King Road. I believe it's from the neighbors' cam. I have to start with a trigger warning, a serious trigger warning. You'll hear horrific sounds, loud dog barkings, but I'd like to give a big shout out to Jules of all trades. Jules True Crime is the channel's name, I believe. Jules is excellent in reports, body cams, requesting for body cams. So credit should always be given where it's due. It is a long body cam, so I'll be breaking it up in 3 parts so I can analyze with y'all what I see. I still haven't seen them yet, just bits of it. For me personally, it sounds like the noises you hear is from inside 1122 King Road. Just my thoughts and speculations. It sounds like it's clearly from Ethan and Xana's room, especially. The reason I say that is because we were told from the beginning of this case that the recording the police had was from the neighbors, the small house next to 1122 King Road, and it was their recording that recorded the loud thud. The police thought it was Xana that fell on the floor. It could have been possible, or it could be possible that the victims or one of the victims were unalived outside, just my speculation, and they were brought inside the house, and maybe the loud thud was them throwing the body on the floor. It was Xana who was found on the floor, so it could have been Xana, or it could have been Ethan, because Ethan was found halfway on the bed. Although the grand jury, it was leaked from the grand jury that Ethan was found on the doorway of Xana's room. And that came on News Nation and Law and Crime. This is at 2:25. It's difficult to zoom into this car, but it looks like a dark color car. It could be navy blue, gray, dark gray. It looks more like a SUV. And this is at 2:26. What is interesting with this timing is, if you'll remember, that I exposed when I first found Xana and Ethan, his name being yelled out at the Grub truck. So I will be going back to certain body cams at the same time to show you what I believe was actually happening. My subscribers remember well that I was the only one on YouTube who was saying that this was two separate incidents. In my opinion, people used to laugh when I used to say that, but there was a reason to my speculation. Because what I noticed is that when the crowd was yelling Xana and Ethan's name, that would have been between 2 to 2:25, 2:30. I've always speculated that. This is the Grub truck. All these pictures you see is all the people I exposed, or the figures I exposed. Pay attention to what Jovito is watching. I show it on both the pictures, clearly. The person with black long hair looks like Xana to me, in my opinion only. Because it's always the contents that is important. They're yelling out Xana's name and they're watching Xana's pictures. So that just can't be a coincidence. Absolutely not. The girl that is standing next to Jovito and Hayden happens to be Molly Gray. Molly Gray was one person who paid a Venmo. I find that to be interesting. Molly Gray and Liz Katovich paid a Venmo for $6 with the captions 330. And they sent it to Jack Katovich, who goes to the Sigma Chi fraternity. He's friends with Ryan. Ryan is at the Grub truck. And Ryan is the guy with the Keba knife. If you remember the infamous picture. What is this one watching? Is that Xana and Ethan? Possibly. So we have a group yelling, Xana, 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 no Xana, Ethan, let's go Ethan. So what's going on? The Vandals game was over. So what are these people talking about? What are they on? What are these pictures they're watching? That's the reason I always said Ethan and Xana were unalived first, in my opinion. Many people have taken everything I spoke about the Banfield, the pictures I exposed of Saeed watching Kaylee in the sitting position on the Banfield. I even saw Birdie playing it yesterday. Everyone has the right to analyze, but it's not fair when you say that it's from JLR. Yes, the clip is from JLR. I always give thanks to JLR because he's boots on the ground. He was boots on the ground. But it wasn't JLR that found Kaylee in the sitting position. The good thing about YouTube is you can go back and see who put on the first clip ever. I would have given credit where it's due, so I appreciate the same before copyright strikes. Come on. This is really unfair. This is the same thing Jeff H. did to me, which I don't appreciate, and it just shows that people can't find their own contents. They have to go to other people's channels and literally steal from their channels. That is what's happening. I'm here for justice for Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan since the 13th of November. If I use anyone's clip or anyone's findings, I always give them credit. One person that I kindly thank up to today is Harsh Reality, because he spoke about this, about the findings that I was finding, and he gave me shout outs for that, and I really do appreciate it, because that's the right way things are supposed to be done. We're not supposed to go and collect information from other people's channel and pretend that it's ours. It's just like when you go to university, plagiarism is not allowed. It's one of the biggest crimes, honestly. So if I don't shout out the people who deserve the shout outs, and if I do not expose people who are just shopping for my channel, then it's not right. It's not right for me. So I'm sorry to bore you all with that, but my subscribers understand me, because I do talk to my subscribers and everyone is noticing what I'm noticing. The same goes out for this body cam. I really thank Jules True Crime. She does excellent work, and that's how it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to give credit to wherever you got your body cam from. And you're supposed to give credit to wherever you got the findings. There's a difference between a body cam and there's a difference about finding something like what Saeed was watching. And this seems to be becoming a pattern from a certain YouTube creator to just, I'm watching things being just taking the whole time from my channel. I'm not going to stand up for that. I'm going to keep on exposing people who decide not to give credit to wherever or whichever channel they got it from. So let's go back to this clip. And I'm really sorry, my subscribers, but you can't always try to ignore certain things. Because if you let it go on, it's been going on for a couple of months, and if I let it go on, then I might as well just shut down my channel, which I don't intend to, because I'm here for the justice of these 4 victims. My channel and myself have been here from day one, exposing things we see. I don't expose these things by myself. My subscribers send me emails to look into certain things more deeper. We do a teamwork here, and we expect the respect we give out to get in return. That's just simple. That's the way it's supposed to be in every country. And especially on YouTube, copyright strikes. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now let's come back to this. 2:30. Isn't this interesting? When we hear the yelling going on from Xana's room, the reason I say that it's Xana's room is because that's what the police told us. The body cam is in front of this door, this fence, this door, with the pumpkins. So it is clearly coming from Xana's room, because the police told us in the affidavit that the loud thud and things were heard from Xana's room. And it'll make sense that it's Xana's room, because I just realized the car that I just showed y'all that made a U-turn and was going up towards Queens Road and 1122 King Road, I've heard could be Kaylee, Eric Gower, and Maddie. But I have a slight problem with that. The police said that the girls came home at 1:45, which I do not believe. And I don't believe that the girls came home after 2:15. Unless somebody is lying here. Because Alivira said that she saw on the camera, she saw on the body cam, or she saw on the neighbor's camera, that's exactly what she said, Kaylee and Maddie came home at 1:56. So if Kaylee and Maddie came home at 1:56, my question was, all 4 of the victims attacked at the same time? Or did Kaylee and Maddie walk into Ethan and Xana being attacked, trigger warning, or possibly unalived? Let me rewind this car coming back. Eric Gower was driving a blue car, a silver blue car, it was said, according to Joe Vito and many others. So this is when the car is leaving. And this would not make sense, because if this was Eric Gower, he would have heard the yelling, people fighting for their lives, Murphy or a dog barking. Wouldn't he have heard that? Are all these neighbors trying to tell us they did not hear what was going on? This is really heartbreaking. In UK, we say a famous saying, see something, say something, sorted. SSS. See, say, sorted. Why couldn't someone just call the police and say, dogs are barking, something is going on around 1122 King Road? You can literally hear people fighting for their lives. In my opinion. So could Maddie and Kaylee have walked into the fight? Or could this be possible that Maddie and Kaylee were tied when they came home? Were they gagged? Was Ethan unalived first? And then were the three girls unalived later? Just a question. It sounds like heavy breathing. It sounds like a fight. Just my opinion. You can hear heavy breathing. And if we can hear it so clearly, the neighbors must have heard it clearer. Could it be possible that this was when they were attacking Ethan and torturing him? Trigger warning. Cutting someone behind the ear, behind their feet, their legs is called torture. The person had to be tied up, in my opinion. Or could it be possible that Xana and Ethan were already attacked? And that this was Kaylee and Maddie that were being attacked, allegedly. But I still stand by my theory that this was two separate incidents within a short time. And I still believe there's something off with the timeline. I hate to say that, but it sounds like somebody is literally being unalived or poked. They're gasping for air. Could that be Xana and Ethan? It sounds like a female and a male. There's a car that passed on Wellenter Drive. Sounded like a truck. Is that black truck still roaming around? can literally hear people fighting for their lives. And it doesn't sound like it's one person. Why didn't the neighbors call 911? So I believe, just in my opinion, I believe the first unalivings happened between 2:15 to 2:35. Is that Jack D's car? I find it strange that Jack D said that he was still borrowing the Gongalves' vehicle. Oh, hold on, 2:36. Wasn't this the time? Jack D said that Kaylee started calling him from 2:26. Now pay attention. This is 10 minutes before Kaylee started calling Jack D. Maddie and Kaylee's last call to Jack D was at 2:52. If this is Jack D, that's just what I heard from certain channels. If this is Jack D, interesting. Why isn't he answering Maddie's phone calls? Because that means Jack D is clearly lying, which he was always lying. And I won't say he was allegedly lying. He was lying. Jack D was lying about his timeline because the picture that was taken of Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack D was at 1:32 at the corner club. But Jack D insists, as he tells the police, I reached home at 1 a.m. and he says I fell asleep at 1:30. Impossible when a picture of you was taken at the corner club. And pictures don't lie with their timeline. So why is Jack D lying? If this is Jack D's car, then I am quite right with my speculations about Jack D, which I've never ever have changed. And that is entirely my opinion. I don't intend to change my opinion on Jack D and Hunter and Jack Showalter, because all three of their reports are lies. They lied in their reports, and once you lie, especially on your alibi, then you have something to hide. He could have heard that too. That car would have heard the loud barking. All these neighbors would have heard it. But I believe they knew what was going down. Nobody wanted to get involved. That is literally somebody fighting for their life. It's heartbreaking. The lights have come on upstairs in that big house. I wonder if they heard the noise. Now there's the car again. Interesting. Is that you, Jack D? He never said what color car he was driving. He just said that he was driving the Gongalves' car. that he borrowed. WSU Kim, if you ever come across my clip, can you please contact me? My email is on my channel. I've always believed you, and I have some questions that could help me with the missing pieces that I'm still lacking. That's a female yelling. Oh my God. Trigger warning, guys. This is really sad. It's a long body cam, so I'll end it here. This is part 1. You can see what was happening at the Grub truck, so I believe this was Xana and Ethan, in my opinion. All the lights are on 1119 King Road. Please like, share and subscribe. This is the part 1.